Welcome back to Trails of Azure, and this time around we're going to finish our little walk around of Orcus Tower because the conference has commenced. So we'll finish that up and then we'll see as to what Sugar Doodles might need from us. So do we just speak to you again? We've been keeping in contact with our surrounding posts. Nothing out of the ordinary has been reported as of yet. You six should continue your patrol on your assigned floors. I'll leave you to it. Well, I thought I did complete my assigned duties. Oh, there we go.
これで一通り回ったか。
For a second there, I was going to ask, hey, is this voiced or not?
今のところは特に問題なさそうですね。
Well, it's still early on.
ああ、この調子でもう一度見て回るとしようぜ。
そうね。
Well, the more roundabout we go, probably the better.
会議の方はどうなっているのかしら。
Well, we don't know for sure. We saw the beginnings of it, and that Mayor Croyce was introducing one particular bill first, and we didn't really see much beyond that. So hopefully the introduction of that bill and other bills is going okay.
そうだな。市長や議長が頑張っているとは思うけど。
Exceptionally really tough for him, considering all the different people that are there.
問題は鉄血宰相にロックスミス大統領ですか。
まあ、休憩時間になったら誰かに聞けばいいんじゃない？
Can we talk to the various powers that be during the intermission? I wonder if we could. The same day, 3:05 p.m. The trade conference finally reached its halfway point. Before the intermission officially began, the heads of state held a brief press conference for the media. It's the only time the media gets to see them, I think, at least for right now. Meanwhile, Lloyd and the others took the opportunity to speak with Mr. Grimwood, who started his break ahead of the others. Oh, that actually, he'd be a good point of contact for this, because he's been watching everything.
なるほど。そんな事情で君たちも警備に参加したのか。
ええ。正直、気休め程度にしかなっていないかもしれませんが。
いやいや、市長暗殺未遂事件で大金星を挙げた君たちだ。
Again, it's just going back to the whole idea of zeros to heroes, and we're these good people of Crossbell. We've gone beyond being bargain bin bracers, and was the sideshow something? I can't remember the other term.
この場にいてくれるだけでも私としては非常に心強いよ。
そう言っていただけると。
ありがたいっすね。
Well, I'm sure we'd have his vote of confidence. I'm sure Arios as well.
それで先生、会議の方はどうなんですか？さほど荒れた雰囲気は感じられませんでしたが。
ああ、今のところは順調だよ。
Did they start with the slower things, like the easier things, and then going to build up to something that's going to cause a lot more of a ruckus? I'd be thinking so. At least that way they get people settled in, get the flow going well, and it'd be helpful for press time too.
いくつかの通商協定には各国の同意も得られたし、ディーター市長の呼びかけも無駄にならなかったようだね。
そうですか。ちょっと安心ですね。
しかし、今のところってことは何か懸念でもあるのかな？
I think so, because again, I'm thinking they probably did the easier stuff first, and then get to harder things the second half.
そうなんですか。
オブザーバーである私の口から言うのもなんだが、前半は貿易や金融などの経済的な議案がほとんどだったんだ。しかし会議の後半は各国首脳から定義される議案。
Yeah, that would do it. I wasn't quite too sure at first as to what I figured would be the easier items per se, but Yeah, considering that this is a conference for all these nations, you'd be thinking that the ones that that would affect everyone, like just little odds and ends, things like that, that would definitely be good for first part. But yeah, the second part being individual nations can start proposing bills and such in the second part. So we're gonna start seeing fireworks flying.
しかもどうやらクロスベルの安全保障に関する話が出るらしい。
それは
安全保障ってことは軍事の話も入るってことか。
It won't be just one. It'll probably be both.
でも2年前に締結された不戦条約もありますよね。
Again, it needs to be reformed or rejigged or a new solution found, and I think Chloe was thinking of that too.
あれはリベールの女王陛下が当時のクロスベルの危機的状況を抑えるために提案したものだ。レミフェリアは関わっていないし、何よりクロスベルそのものが
Oh,
不戦条約には関わっていない。
so only Liberal and Arabonia signed? I wonder why Riveria didn't.
その意味でそれとは別の新たな安全保障の枠組みが求められているのは確かでね。
確かにそれは祖父も懸念していました。ならクロスベルを交えた新たな条約を結べばいいのでは。
But even if we drew up a new pact, there's probably going to be some adjustments that perhaps the Empire might want to see into it, or perhaps Riveria would want to see into it, and there's going to be a conflict in what one nation wants. The other one may not necessarily like that, or Crossbell may not necessarily like the terms, but they don't really have much wiggle room. Oh, there's a lot of different things.
そうですよ。不戦条約と同じ国家間の争いを武力で解決。
そうか。
Yeah,
クロスベルは国家じゃない。
Crossbell isn't a nation. They can't really do much.
帝国と共和国によって承認された
Mm-hmm.
自治州でしかない。
So, are we going to see perhaps Mayor Croix indicating that he wants Crossbell to try to say we're going to make our own nation?
そう。それはつまり国際条約を締結できるような国家主権を持っていないということだ。
Which again, I'm wondering if Mayor Croix is going to try to make that first step.
経済的な協定は結べても対等な立場での条約は結べない。
As much as they might want to, though.
それが結果的にこの地の安全保障をひどく危うくさせてしまっているわけだ。
ややこしいがなんとなく分かってきたぜ。
すみません。ちょっといいですか。
What's your question?
クロスベル以外にも自治州というのはあります。レマン自治州、オレド自治州、ノーザンブリア自治州。
Those are also autonomous states, right?
それらの自治州も同じように国際条約は結べないのですか。
いや、そんなことはない。
Really? Okay, is it because Crossbell is wedged in between the two nations and that's the reason why they're treated differently? I'm going to think that, yeah, that's the case. They're in a very, I would say, precarious sort of situation.
確かにそれらの自治州もそれぞれの歴史的事情によって国家としては成立していないが、宗主国から移譲される形で同等の主権が認められている。
Again, I think it's just because of where Crossbell is that it hasn't been given that recognition.
宗主国。
それらの自治州が決定的にクロスベルと異なる点。
Yeah, it just all goes back to the Crossbell problem, doesn't it?
それは成立を承認したのがアルテリア報告ということなの。
I forgot about Arteria.
あ、
アルテリア報告というと七葉教会の総本山だったっけ？
Mm-hmm.
ええ、国土は小さいけど宗教的な権威は持っているから。自治州や自由都市の多くはあそこに頼って成立しているの。
だがクロスベルは帝国と共和国に承認されて成立する自治州。
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's like gifted to them by everybody on Calvard. The two nations that sandwich it. Oh, crap.
いわば
Mhm.
宗主国を2つも持っている形になっているんだ。
ええ、そしてそれが歴史的にさまざまなねじれと悲劇を生んだ。クロスベルに少しでも主権が認められればもう少し状況は変わるのでしょうけど。
But neither of those other two nations would let that happen. There's no way they would.
それを二大国が認めることは永遠にありえないでしょうね。
They both wouldn't find a way to agree to it.
そんな。ため息が出てしまいますね。
話を戻すが、どうやら宰相と大統領はそれぞれ安全保障に関する提案があるらしい。
Oh, I bet.
無論それは対等な条約を各国が結ぶというものではない。今頃議長や市長たちは警戒を強めているところだろうね。
That's going to be a very difficult conversation and line that Speaker McDowell and Mayor Croyce are going to have to walk along. Because, yeah, either way, they just really can't side with one or the other. I don't think they'd want to anyway, but just one wrong comment, that could bring a lot of things down.
すまない。不安にさせてしまったようだな。まあ、マクダエル議長などはこのような状況は慣れっこだろう。
And yeah, and it's definitely good that Speaker McDowell is there with Dieter because he has that experience. He's dealt with both these nations for a good long while. Knows how things go. Well, granted, Dieter isn't really new to this sort of thing anyway. Well, dealing with walking fine lines and all that sort of thing because he's the head of IBC. He's got his own little situations I'm sure he's been through in the past and would rely on that experience to guide him forward too.
それにディーター市長の方は何やら策があるようでね。
策ですか？
I think I do. And the one thing I could think of that he might try to propose, although I don't think it's going to work, is looking to get both sides, those other two sides to agree to make Crossbell independent. But I don't think that could ever fly.
それはどういう。
いや、詳しい話は私も聞いていないんだが。
Oh,
失礼します。特務支援課ロイド・バニングスです。
バニングス、
oh,
こちらは記者会見が終わった。
okay.
首脳たちは36階に引き上げたが、お前たちはどこにいる？
We're on the 34th, I think.
はい。34階の休憩室ですが、何かありましたか？
実はオズボーン宰相とロックスミス大統領からそれぞれ申し入れがあった。
They want to meet with us or they want something else?
休憩時間中、お前たちと直接話がしてみたいそうだ。
Well, this will be a good chance to speak with both leaders. I think they just want to find out more about the SSS, where our loyalties lie, how we tick, etc. I'm not totally surprised that they do want to meet with us, though.
相手が相手だ。さすがに断り
No, we have to go.
休憩時間中に36階にある両首脳の部屋を訪ねるがいい。
Does it matter as to which one we visit first? Probably not. But this will give me a chance to speak with Osborne and learn a little bit more about him. Although I don't know if I'll get much out of it. I wonder if Lecter will be there. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll have Lecter doing some other stuff. But this will be a good chance as well to speak to Rocksmith, and I don't know if Kiliko will be there or not. Maybe she'll be in a different room.
左翼の採用が大統領、右翼の採用が最小の部屋だ。
Of course, we gotta keep them separated.
待ってください。一体何がどうして？
Again, they want to find out more about us.
さすがに荷が重すぎますよ。
It'll be okay. We'll manage. We'll muddle through.
甘えるな、バニングス。
Yeah, don't be such a child.
両者の思惑を伺えるまたとない機会だろうが。
Mm-hmm. Think of it as information gathering. And a good chance for me to write a lot more stuff down.
わかりました。すぐに両首脳のところに向かいます。
いざという時はエリー城に頼れ。VIP 相手は慣れているはずだ。
Yeah, let Ellie lead the conversations to some degree.
話が終わったら報告に来い。
Okay.
了解です。
ロイド、今のは
We gotta meet with Osborne and Rocksmith.
おいおい、不穏なことを言ってやがらなかったか？
ああ、
Brace yourselves. Lloyd explained to the others that both Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith had requested a private audience with them. And Grimwood, you're surprised by this? I'm surprised that you're surprised.
へえ、マジかい？
どうやら冗談ではなさそうですね。
Mm-hmm.
いやはや、驚いたな。
Again, I'm sort of surprised that you're surprised. I'd be thinking that you would be suspecting this?
どうやら思っていた以上に特務支援課の名前は知れ渡っているようだ。
Hmm. Well, yeah, they do want to see as to who they're up against. Because they're the heroes of Crossbell, at least for the moment.
いや、両首脳のスタッフにそれぞれ知り合いがいるんです。
Yeah, that's true too.
それで興味を持たれただけかもしれません。
I don't think it's just that though.
なるほど。そいつはありそうだな。
だとしても断るわけにはいかないわね。
ああ、36階の左翼と右翼の採用の部屋だ。早速訪ねてみよう。
No, definitely not.
了解です。イエスさん。
Do you have to say anything else more, Mr. Grimwood? Receiving an audience with the heads of state of both major powers is something substantial, no matter the reason. I'm sure you're apprehensive, but an opportunity like this is worth taking advantage of. At the very least, being able to size both men up in person should be a valuable experience for you. I was thinking the same thing. We'll need to see, we'll head over to see them now. Please excuse us, Mr. Grimwood. Let's get on over. So we have to get to 36. So we'll take the stairs. Nothing's stopping us from climbing up rather than running all the way the other way.
あれは
Ooh, what? Lecter and Chloe!
そうですか。ルーシー先輩と。
Oh gosh, they're catching up.
ああ、この前レミフェリアに出張した時にばったりとな。
Oh, so... Ah! I wonder how things were going between him and Lucy.
なんとか逃げようとしたんだが、うんずかばっちまったよ。
Or maybe, do you know what? You're not losing your touch and maybe you did want to see her. I can think of it that way.
何発殴られたと思う？
A ton. And probably worth everyone. I wish I could have seen it.
一発も。
Not a what? Really?
代わりにしがみつかれて泣かれてしまったんじゃないですか？
ね。
ルーシー先輩の気持ちはわかりますから。多分先輩が普段どれだけ危険なことをしているのか気づいたんじゃないかと思います。
ええ、女ってのはたまに恐ろしく鋭くなるからな。やりにくくて仕方ねえぜ。
自業自得ですね。
It's good that I'm glad they did get a chance to reconnect. I just didn't know as to how much time they've actually had a chance to reconnect since their time at Genis. Because holy heck, that was certainly a time. And all the chasing we have to do after Lecter too. That was pretty crazy.
懐かしいな。レオ先輩とも会っていませんし、いずれ同窓会とかしたいですよね。
That would be great. I would really love a reunion, but I don't think that's really gonna happen. What is it?
先輩、ダメですよ。
I don't think he necessarily wants to see everybody, or it's just...
そこは、おお、見知らぬあたりでパーッと豪勢にやるか、とか言ってくれないと。
一本取られたな。
But he knows that's not gonna happen, though.
約束はできんが、ま、努力はしてみるさ。
But of course, he's privy to a lot of different stuff that's coming down the pipe, I'm sure, that Osborne wants him to do or has him working on. And yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be good for any of the other nations.
期待しないで待っててくれ。
わかりました。楽しみに待っています。
And he knows as well that Chloe is not the innocent person that will believe everything, and she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's really good, brilliant mind herself, although she's still learning. She's not the same caliber as Lecter, of course, but...
それでは、私はこれで。
ああ、ジークのやつにもよろしく言っといてくれ。やれやれ、ほんと成長してやがんな。
She has.
さすがは次期女王陛下。あんた
And
ら
he
も
knew
そう
that
思
the
わ
other
ない
guys were listening, yeah. You don't overhear people's private conversations, guys, really.
すみません。立ち聞きするつもりはなかったんですが。
つい聞こえてしまって。でもエリーさん、すごく興味津々でしたね。
Really?
ティオちゃ
ん Oh, jeez.
いや、でも気になるぜ。一国のお姫様相手にずいぶんお安くないじゃん。
They're both at Genis together.
ああ、学校の後輩ってだけだ。と言っても日曜学校じゃなくてジェニス王立学園ってところだが。
ジェニス王立学園、確かリベールにある有名な高等学校だったかな。
ええ、確かに留学生も多く受け入れているけど。
それじゃあ国費で留学されていたんですか？
いや、ポケットマネーさ。ギリアスのおっさんのな。
Well, he had him doing stuff too, so it worked out for Osborne in the end.
そんじゃ俺もこれで失礼させてもらうぜ。ああ、そういやあんたらタヌキどもに呼ばれてるんだってな。
Of course you know that.
どちらも一筋縄じゃいかないからせいぜい気をつけとけよ。
Bye, Lecter.
相変わらず怪しさてんこ盛りな人ですね。
I'm just trying to think as to which guy I think is sketchiest. Lecter or Campanella? Now, granted, Campanella, it's a love-hate relationship with the guy, but I think Lecter's the same way too. I'm still pissed off with dear Campanella when it came to Pom Pom Party. Although with the whole bit with the trivia game in third, that was fun. But the Pom Pom Party was a little bit more harder for me. But yeah, just personality wise and just so sneaky and everything else. It's I'm just wondering as to who has the upper hand.
リベールの次期女王の先輩にあたる情報将校か。ますます興味深いね。
いずれにしても彼が鉄血宰相の配下として動いているのは確か
Yeah,
だ。
you just always have to be careful talking with him.
何を狙っているのか 見極める必要がありそうだな。
Alright, so now that we've done that, let us go here first, right?
お待ちしていました。クロスベル警察特務支援課の方々ですね。
Yes, sir. Can we speak to President Rocksmith?
はい。こちらが大統領閣下の。
ええ、あなた方が来たら通すように言われています。
I figured I may as well get Rocksmith done first and then get Osborne done afterwards.
どうぞ中にお入りください。
それでは。
失礼します。大陸最大の国家の一つ、カルバードの首脳ですか。
さすがにちょいとばかり緊張してきたぜ。
We'll manage somehow. Oh, Kilika's not
失
here.
礼します。閣下。
I was wondering if Kilika's gonna be sitting around or not. Well, maybe Lecter's gonna meet up with Giliath and they can have their own battle tete-a-tete.
クロスベル警察特務支援課、お招きにより参上しました。
おお、よく来てくれたな。
You have that smiling face, but I don't necessarily trust you.
遠慮はいらんよ。さあ、座ってくれたまえ。
はい。
それではお言葉に甘えて。
いきなり驚いただろう。
Maybe to them. To me, sort of a surprise, but not really. I can see as to why he might want to meet with them.
いやー、こんな時でもないと時間が取れんと思ったもんでな。
Now, the thing is, though, when I look at this guy and just based off limited interactions, I know that he's obviously someone you cannot take lightly, but I get more fears. I wouldn't say fears, but concerns and trepidation when around Osborne versus Rocksmith. I'm not quite too sure why. That's just a feeling that I get, at least when I see him. I know he's calculating something and he has questions, but I don't... This is just hard for me to put into words, but I feel like when I've seen Osborne, it's just like this presence around him commands your attention, but it almost feels like something dark is in him, but I don't know why I feel that way. Not just yet, but it's just something about him just makes you go, and this guy, not so much.
忙しいだろうにすまんな。
いえ、そんな。
お気遣いいただき恐縮です。
確か君はマクダエル市長のお孫さんだったかな。
Yes.
確か前に祝賀会か何かでお目にかかったことはないかね。
はい、祖父の付き添いで共和国を訪ねた折にお目にかかっています。一昨年のことになりますね。
おお、確かにそうだった。しかしあのマクダエル市長が今は退かれて自治州議長とは。
It was time. It was time.
あのお年にしてあの情熱。まさに政治家の鏡というものだ。
It just makes me wonder, though, perhaps in future, if Ellie might consider trying to become like the head of like the mayor of Crossbell. No, I guess I'll see in future, or she'll just stay with the SSS.
祖父が聞いたらきっと喜ぶと思います。ところで閣下、今日はどのようなご用で？
君たちの話はキリカ君から聞いていたのでな。シュバルツオークションの顛末も痛快だったそうじゃないかね。
Oh, that's putting it lightly.
こう言っちゃなんだが、前のハルトマンという議長は鼻持ちならない男だったからな。その失脚のきっかけを作った功労者たちの顔ぶれは一度見ておきたかったんだ。
恐縮です。
Well, just to learn a little bit more about yourself and to size us up, I suppose.
まあ、どっちかというと勝手に自滅しただけみたいっすけど。
そうですね。あんな教団と関わっていた時点でアウトではないかと。
そうそう、 それとその教団だ。 DG 教団。大陸各地で悪さをしていたが、最大の被害者は我が国でな。連中にとどめを刺してくれたことも改めて礼を言いたかったのだよ。
I just wonder if they're totally gone or not.
いえ、当然のことをしただけですから。それに自分たちの貢献などほんの些細なもので。
謙遜はやめたまえ。何でも警備隊すら操られていた危機的状況だったそうじゃないか。
Yeah, that wasn't really a bright point I think that Noel wants to remember. Same with Randy.
そんな中、一人の少女を守って邪悪な教団に立ち向かった。
Uh-huh.
いやはや、なかなかできることじゃない。
いや、本当に恐縮です。
Can we not bring up the subject of Kia, please?
過分なお言葉、痛み入ります。
実際、あの事件が下手に転んだら大変なことになっていただろう。IVC も邪悪な教団に占拠され、国際貿易と金融がストップする。
And that would have given various other people opportunities to act, I'm sure.
そうすれば共和国経済にも深刻なダメージだったに違いない。
Well, overall economy, absolutely.
それは。
そうなると君たちには勲章でも送らないと格好がつかんかもしれんな。
No thanks. I don't want to be... Yeah, because if that sort of happens, that's going to be saying, well, I'm trying to put you into my back pocket, which I want to avoid.
よし、帰ったらすぐにでも豪勢なのを手配させてもらおう。
No thank you. No thank you.
いや、ちょっとお待ちください。
自治州での事件なのに共和国政府から勲章をもらうのはちょっとおかしいような。
マクダエルのじい様からもすでに表彰状をもらってるし。
Granddad McDowell.
何もおかしいことはない。
Oh, I see a major faux pas in that. No, we should not. No, no, no.
クロスベルの問題はすなわち宗主国である我が国の問題だからな。
Along with the Empire, and I'm not going to be used as some sort of thing to, like, some sort of tool to be passed back and forth and trying to gain the upper hand. And that was really a poor comment to make.
閣下。
そんな顔をするもんじゃない。
That was just freaking rude, but you knew where to strike.
鉄血宰相にも呼ばれておるのだろう。
Yeah, friend being the operative word, I'm sure.
もう少し話したいところだが、そろそろ行くといいだろう。ああ、勲章は必ず手配するから楽しみに待っててくれたまえよ。
Sir, that conversation left a really bad taste in my mouth. I really didn't like that conversation.
お疲れ様でした。
Thank you for having us.
オズボーン宰相のお部屋は反対側になると思います。
あ、どうも。
わざわざありがとうございます。
いえ、それでは。
人当たりはいいけど、さすが大国のトップだね。
Guys, if I may impart some wisdom, please don't have a conversation about the person you just spoke to just outside of his room. That's never such, that's like I don't know if that's considered a faux pas. I would think that it would be.
とんでもない大狸じゃないか。
Just somewhere private, like absolutely private, where other people can't see, hear, run into your conversations, etc.
ワジ君、めったなこと言わないの。
Exactly.
でも結構露骨でしたよね。
True, but still, you don't want to have this conversation outside somebody's room.
私たちを威圧するのが目的ではなさそうですが。
多分、体裁を整えるのが目的だったんだと思うわ。 共和国の大統領が教団事件の解決に貢献した私たちに勲章を贈るという体裁が。
クロスベルの事件は自分たちにとっての事件。
Well, yes, that is true, but still, he just decided to let us know as to where our place is.
つまり宗主国としての領有権を改めて強調してきたのか。
おいおい、そのために呼んだのかよ。大国のトップってのはやっぱりとんでもねえな。
Yeah, everybody's saying, you know, the boy is mine, and they're just trying to gain control over it.
まあ自治州議会の議員とは明らかに格が違いそうだね。
最初の方はどんな話があるんでしょう。
Same sort of thing.
わからない。とにかく腹をくくっておこう。
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Oh! Ah, good to see you again, SSS. Do you have a status update to make? Nothing to report for now. What about you two? Have you learned anything? Unfortunately not. Things have been quiet so far. We're exhausting every avenue on the Erebonian side of things as well. But unfortunately, neither the nobles nor the reformists are intent on giving us any leads to work with. That's unfortunate. A big goose egg for both the Imperial faction, huh? They seem like real peaches to deal with. Yesterday, Prince Oliver mentioned that the possibility of creating a third faction, didn't he? It's been on my mind ever since. If you wouldn't mind, Major, could you tell me more about his intentions? Ellie? Well, it's only natural you'd be curious. I'm not supposed to say much, but I don't think there will be any harm in sharing a bit with the SSS. Oh, thank you! To put it metaphorically, you could say that the prince is attempting to shatter some long-standing barriers. Oh no! Yay! It's been a while, but we had the word, guys. We had the word! Alright, awesome. Barriers, huh? Guys! We're making up for lost time! That's something we're all too familiar with. Basically, there are irreconcilable differences between the noble and reformist factions. But that won't stop him. He aims to have the two come to terms anyway, as absurd as that sounds. The prince is trying to get the reformist and noble factions to reconcile. I underestimated his starry-eyed and idealism. Isn't the divide between the two sides as wide as the Giliath Canyon itself? Wazzy, don't be so rude! Well, the thing is with Wazzy, it's always direct to the point, although using metaphors sometimes, but he's absolutely right. Still, the prince has committed himself to dancing toe-to-toe with a monster, despite how ludicrous it may appear. He's fully aware what people call him behind his back, a showy, debaucherous bastard prince whose only concern is his leisurely wants. Let them talk. I've decided to stand by him regardless. I see. That's very admirable. The prince will always have an ally in Liberal, Major Mueller, just as Princess Claudia had stated. We may not always be able to intervene directly, but will assist you both in any way we can. Thank you, Senior Captain. I'm truly grateful. The prince must truly be loved to have so many valuable allies. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh, I would. I would go that far. Definitely. But there's no question that he has a certain effect on people. Yes, especially when he plays his flute and he sings. Still, the best thing that could happen today would be that the trade conference ending without incident. That is the objective. We'll be counting on you if the situation calls for it, Special Support Section. Oh, that was good. I like that I had that a little bit of exposition. Huh?
あれが最初の部屋か。
Yeah, but why did we need that sort of reaction?
多分あそこを訪ねたら休憩時間も終わりだろう。
Okay.
他にやり残したことはないかな。
Oh! Oh, okay, so... Well, Elehayyme, why are you surprised? I guess I'm wondering why? But I guess I should be checking in on other people too? Oh, hello you two! Good afternoon, everyone. If you're looking for Mayor Croyce, he's in Prince Oliver's room at the moment. Speaker McDowell, on the other hand, is in Prince Albert's room in the West Wing. There should be no issue in you dropping by either of them to visit if you'd like. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the reason why. Alright. Hey, guys. I see. We share the same hopes for the bright men and women that will one day lead our people. Indeed, what's truly special about them is their hearts and minds, so pure, yet fertile, like the garden basking in the morning dew. Okay, that was very eloquent, Olivier. That's why more and more of... good afternoon, Special Sports Section. Here to join us in our little chat? Sure, if we're not interrupting, that is. What were you the two of you discussing? His Highness here happens to be on the board of the directors of the prestigious military academy in Arabonia. Oh! I'm glad I came here. I get to learn more about this Thoris place? We were just discussing the finer details of his duties. The board of directors. Those would be the individuals responsible for how the school's operated, correct? That's one hell of a side gig. It's just another one of my many schemes to get my name out there is all. I think the mayor here has contributed far more than I have. Really? You're involved too, Mayor Croyce? He simply meant as a business partner. The IBC is the Epstein Foundation's benefactor, and it just so happens that the foundation is part of a major test being held by the Academy. What exactly are you testing? Really? I had no idea. That does remind me, I've also heard that the Orbital Network tests have also begun in the Empire. Oh, okay, so about the Orbital Network? Okay. No surprise, and the continent's largest bank has clout in every country in some form or another. Quite right. I dare say our little talk today was preordained by the goddess herself. What do you say being a guest lecturer at the Academy one day if the opportunity arises? Though I'll have to warn you that faculty-student relationships are strictly prohibited. Why are we bringing this up? The way you sound that almost makes it sounds like you're encouraging it. Amusing fellow like yourself would be quite popular in Prince Oliver. I may just have to steal you away for a night of drinks once this is all over. I'd love nothing more, my friend. We'll have a rousing good time, you and me. It looks like His Highness and Uncle Dieter really hit it off. I'll say. I guess they have more in common than I realized. I want to find out more about Thors. Come on, fish. Since we're on the subject, might I ask you how well you can hold your liquor? Oh, not well at all. Not well at all. I'd like to think I can keep up right when the liberations begin to flow. Though I've certainly met my match in the past. Yes, Shara and Aina. Those two can drink anybody under the table. How curious. I detect a faint air of wistfulness at the prince. Yes. Maybe he's remembering an old drinking buddy or something. Yes. Absolutely. We get to learn more about Thors. Damn it. Well, let's just head back to speak to Mayor McDowell. And see what else we can drum up. Oh, that's Claudia. Sorry. I asked you a question, Sig. How do you suppose grandmother would have handled this if she'd been one to come? Scream! You have a point. I suppose I can't help being the way I am. Oh, hello, SSS. Sorry for interrupting, Your Highness. There's nothing to concern yourselves over. I was merely thinking aloud. To be honest, I'm glad you came to visit. Your Highness, are you also concerned about what may happen during the second half of the conference? Partially less, but I was actually reflecting on something a tad broader. As Crown Princess, I have a fair bit of knowledge when it comes to diplomatic negotiations. But to be a good negotiator takes many skills. Insight, judgment, and objectivity, for instance. The first task of the conference made me painfully aware that I still have room for growth in those particular areas. So that's what's bothering you. Give yourself some credit. Knowing where you can improve is half the battle. G.I. Joe! That's right. And you, still only as old as Lloyd, Ellie, and myself, Your Highness. You're an inspiration, if you ask me. That's very kind of you to say. Still, being timid in a room like that is unavoidable at this stage of my career. But though the content's troubles wait for no one, I nevertheless have to learn at my own pace and take everything in stride. That's a good approach. Just don't forget to cut loose and relax every now and then. Like now, for example, you only get one intermission. You'd be ashamed to waste it. Wazzy, I swear to Adios, if you're thinking of inviting her out for a drink or worse. No, I don't think he was alluding to that, but maybe he was. It's alright. I was never one for excessive formalities. The lack of it is quite relaxing, actually. Though now that I think about it, perhaps nostalgic is a better word. When I'm around all of you, I feel as if I'm speaking to Estelle, Joshua, and the rest of our friends. Aww. I'm not sure we can really compare, Your Highness. Well, I'd have to disagree with you on that. Ah, yes. Would any of you care for some tea? No, we couldn't possibly. As much as I would love to, we have somewhere else we need to be. Oh, my apologies. I should have anticipated that. I won't keep you any longer. Please be careful today, everyone. I wish you all the best. And rest assured that I'll be giving my very utmost during the second half of the conference. We'll be rooting for you, Your Highness. And I wish I could pet Vesper, but I can't. Oh, there they are. We're done deliberating for now, but I'm absolutely exhausted after facing both Osborne and Rocksmith at once. Oh, now, don't sell yourself short, Your Lordship. You've grown quite capable of commanding the room when needed. I'd say your predecessors would be proud of the way you handled yourself in there. It's been 5 years since I ascended to the throne. Our nefarious domestic order has finally been secured, but I've much to learn as a statesman. Ah, look who it is. Thank you again for all your help yesterday. Good afternoon, Special Support Section. Pardon our interruption. I did hear about you being added to today's security detail. We appreciate your service. It's my understanding that you once even saved Speaker McDowell's leg. It would seem we're in good hands. I think you may be expecting a little too much from us. Not at all. I, too, find your presence here most reassuring. We'll need that peace of mind to properly navigate the second half of the conference. About that, did you expect the upcoming discussions to become problematic, Grandfather? I do. Unlike the first half, I suspect the fault of Crossbell State will be thrust into the spotlight one after the other, to which the major powers will no doubt be demanding as they've ever been. However, I'm also concerned about Dieter. During our latest diet session, he was rather enthusiastic about introducing some truly radical ideas. Such drive comes with youth, and I do respect that. However, I worry about what direction that it might take us today. I hadn't thought of it that way. And Mr. Grimwood alluded to Mayor Croyce's having some kind of plan for the last half of the conference. I can't profess to know the details myself, but I'm certain he'll bring it to the table sooner or later. And whether it turns out to be good or ill depends entirely on how this conference proceeds. Isn't that right, Speaker? Precisely. As Speaker, it's imperative that I lend my utmost support to Mayor Croyce during the trade conference. It's no simple duty, to be sure, but I will do what I can to fulfill it. Of course. Best of luck, Grandfather. I really fear what's going to happen next. Can I speak to the people that are on the other floors? Maybe? 35th? I'll try to make this as quick as possible. I do want to speak to Osborne, but at the same time, I don't want this drag too long either. Oh! You're here still. Hello, Angie? Yeah, we're in the middle of an intermission. Oh, that's right. Class 7 is at Giliath Fortress right now. I'm a little worried about what the Imperial Liberation Front is up to, but they should be fine as long as Crow's with them. Whoa! There's a lot of names! What? Wait! Pen, paper, I need my log. I need my log. This is so much. Oh gosh, I'm getting names thrown at me left, right, and center. What the hell, game? Okay, so let me just write all this down because there's a lot. She was throwing lots of stuff out. Oh, there's a fresh page because I'm probably going to need it. Fresh page. Oh. Here we go. Fresh page. So there's a lot of different stuff that's mentioned here. So there was class 7 is at Giliath Fortress. Mention about Imperial Liberation Front. Now, is this Imperial Liberation Front, are they associated with the Noble faction? Or no? Well, she hasn't mentioned that. Names thrown around. Angie and Crow. I'm guessing those are classmates of hers? I'll keep an eye out over on my end, so you guys need to so you guys be sure to do the same. Huh. That's not like any orpiment I've seen before. It must have been co-developed by the Foundation and the Rhineford Company. Oh, I've heard Rhineford Company a lot. Those are the guys that did... they do a lot of military manufacturing, but other things too. Whatever it is the girl was talking about, though, she seemed pretty on top of it all. Not just anyone can do that sort of thing. Oh, can I talk to her more? You left me. Gee, this is a serious conversation, serious situation here. Oh, so, okay. Along with Angie, loves female student. Are we ever going to find out what this girl's name is, rather than just calling her female student all the time? I'll keep an eye out over on my end, so you guys be sure to do the same. Anything else? Oh no, it's the same thing as before. So we've got... Okay, so we know that she's part of Thor's. And Thor's class 7 is at Giliath Fortress today. Someone named Crow is with them. And she's speaking to a girl named Angie, who also likes this female student. Okay, that's a lot to sort of keep in. Anybody else? Oh, the press. The press is on the lower floor too. So let's just go there. Oh, there they are. Oh, and Lecter too. Well, I'm not surprised that Lecter is sort of finding a place to hang out and do information gathering, I suppose. So, you're a coffee connoisseur too, eh, Grizzly Grim? You and the Chancellor get along just fine. Oh, I take it His Excellency often enjoys a good cup himself then? Yep. He likes it how he likes his despair. Black as ink on a moonless evening. Oh gosh. Wow, what a statement. What a statement. I don't know why I'm giggling so much either. He loves the stuff. I don't think I've ever seen him blink in all my years I've known him. He's that wired for sound? Is that so? Well, that explains how he manages to keep his eyes on the ball all the time. The Chancellor and the caffeine sounds like a very intense combination. So, the Chancellor's always moving, always going? Huh. That sounds like weird, but, Osborne seems to be always going. I don't know what I'm doing writing this down, but I figured, hey, I'm getting a piece of information everywhere. I just may as well just throw it in my book and try to organize it later. As dark and bitter as he likes his coffee. And anything else? I see. So Chancellor Osborne is Team Coffee in the war against tea. What about you, Lecter? What side are you on? Sorry to burst your bubble, but I've always been a tea guy, personally. But wouldn't you care so much about what a second secretary likes anyway? Don't sound like much of a scoop to me. What can I say? Seeing a good-looking guy like you, I figured I should call dibs. Pretty faces make for some real eye-catchers on the front pages. Oh, stop. You're gonna make me blush. She's laying it on a little thick. Still, it looks like Grace has a good handle on what makes Lecter tick. From what I see, this little game of cat and mouse is their way of sizing each other up. Yeah, absolutely. They're just throwing their jabs out here, there, and everywhere. And you? I just remembered there's something I want to discuss with you, Grizzly Grim. There is? What about? Well, you see, I've been having some, troubles over at my workplace. You're an expert on civil rights, yeah? I'd like to hear a few takes from you. Oh, Dish! Is that true? Unfortunately, this isn't exactly the most appropriate place for a consultation. How about I leave this with you, and you can contact me whenever it's convenient. Mr. Grimwood handed Lecter a business card. Hey, thanks! I guess Lecter is taking this opportunity to network. He does work intelligence after all. Social wiles come with the territory.
Crossbell 警察特務支援課だな。最小閣下がお待ちだ。そのまま入るがいい。
Well, I kept him waiting long enough, so I guess I better go in.
はい。
それでは失礼します。
なんか偉そうですね。
Just a touch.
さすが帝国軍人。無駄に威圧的だね。
Overbearing is all Gehenna. Oh, wow. That's one way to put it. Okay.
失礼します。オズボーン最小閣下。
クロスベル警察特務支援課お招きにより参上しました。
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear what's going to happen.
入ってきたまえ。
You do have a commanding voice.
この光景、実に見事だ。
Yeah, and I like to keep it looking very nice. And, you know, not causing problems.
地上この高さから見下ろせるような建造物を人間が作り出せるとは。かつて映画を誇ったという古代文明に届く所業だろうな。
It's interesting you brought up that fact.
確かに。
1200年前のゼムリア文明のことですね。
I think so.
ああ、なんでも魔法みたいに便利な文明があったそうだが。
単なる理想郷というわけでは必ずしもなかったようだ。昨年、リベールの異変時に出現した巨大な浮遊都市。
Yep.
あれもゼムリアの時代に建造され、そして人の手で封印されたそうだ。
I guess a good way to just try to get people caught up in what happened in the other games. Perhaps they didn't play the Sky Saga.
人の可能性と愚かさの象徴として。
Well, I'm glad that you're trying to rehash history, and hopefully by rehashing this, we're not going to repeat this sort of thing, right?
人の可能性と
Mm-hmm.
愚かさ。
その随分お詳しいのですね。
I would take it that he's very well informed and very well read.
それほどでもない。特にクロスベルに関しては、ヨアヒムなる教団司祭ほど
Oh,
の
you're really
真
throwing
実
things
に至
around.
っていないだろう。
Uh-huh.
そんなことまで。
He has his information network.
それにわからないことがあるからこそ世の中というものは面白い。手の内が全て見えたゲームなど退屈の極みというものだ。そう思わないか、ワジヘミスフィル。
Why are you throwing Wazi's name into this?
僕の名前もご存知なのか。
Okay, are we going to get a big reveal?
いや、逆に名前しか知らないということかな。
No, you've probably discovered more, I'm sure.
いや、そして興味がないというだけのことだ。
Huh.
刀身の継承の方がむしろ興味をそそら
You know a lot about everybody in this group.
帝国軍
Mm-hmm.
情報
Of course. Oh, well, yes, of course. He knows everything. He knows a lot of stuff because he's got his own intelligence mission, of course.
素晴らしい情報収集能力をお持ちのようですね。
Mm-hmm.
エレボニア帝国政府代表ギリアス・オズボーンだ。諸君のことはレクターからいろいろと聞いている。
Yeah. Well, like, Rocksmith heard a lot about us from Giliath. Obviously, Osborne heard a lot of us from Lecter.
それでは残りの休憩時間、話に付き合ってもらおうか。
Okay, let's have this friendly chat. But be mindful as to what the hell this guy says because it's probably gonna be barbed all over the place.
それで最小閣下、お話に付き合うというのは一体どういう？
Now, will he get straight to the point the way... Will he get straight to the point or will he dance around it? Well, Rocksmith sort of did, but he sort of danced around things but just let it fly through various barbs.
どうやら大抵のことはすでにご存知みたいですが。
Mm-hmm.
何？単なるおしゃべりだ。
I don't believe that for a second.
もしくは意識調査と言い換えてもいいだろ
On what?
意識調査。
う。なあ、直裁に尋ねよう。
No, you're Giliath. You're not Frank.
君たちはこのクロスベルがどれだけ持つと考えている？
Oh my god, the face! Ah! What are you... Ugh!
また露骨な質問だね。
Very much so.
別に他意はない。
BS!
ただ栄枯盛衰は歴史の常。滅びなかった国は存在しない。ましてや動力革命によってあらゆるものが加速し始めたこの時代において、この因縁の地がどこまで現状のままでいられると思う？
I don't know as to how, like, it's true. I don't know as to how Crossbell is going to be able to withstand everything that's coming to a head. It's between those two major powers. I think Airbonia is the worst of them, of the two. But, plus there's all these other shadows in the darkness, including the folks over at Ouroboros who are obviously doing something. Plus there's the various places of power, the ringing bells. Oh,
それは
いつまでもです。
Noelle, I don't think we can say that.
守ろうという意志が自治州の民にあるのならば。
But all they need to do is just to take the citizens who want to protect it and like take them out. True, there's probably be other people to take their place, but still, oh my gosh, if something happened in the special support section, what would that do to the people?
ノエル。
そう、意志は常に重要だ。時に趨勢をひっくり返し、歴史そのものを動かすことも稀ではないだろう。人は無力な存在ではない。私もその可能性を信じている。
それじゃあ。
Not totally. He can see as to where you're coming from, but that's not it.
だが、その意志同士がぶつかり合った場合はどうか。
Yeah. Well, one's obviously going to have to be the victor, and the other one's going to have to be brought to heal, right? And if, let's say, we have two opposing wills, we have Erebonia and we have Crossbell. Erebonia is like the bigger thing, which would totally smush Crossbell. Or, as I was saying earlier, bring it to heal.
簡単だ。小さな石はより大きな石に飲み込まれ、その火星を大きくするだろう。
Wait. I just had a thought then. Is just the comment that the lesser of two would be engulfed flames of upheaval hotter still. Are you wanting these flames to go across all of Samuria? To like have wars everywhere? But what would be the reason behind it? Why? So you could conquer it all, I suppose? To have everything as dark and dreary as coffee? Why?
そうして生まれた豪華が地上にいくつも現れた時、あらゆる正義と倫理は灼熱に溶け、世界は一面の炎に包まれる。
Why?
そんな光景が容易に原始できるのではないか。
Geez, sir, your face just scares me. You are frightening. Why would you want everything to be engulfed in war? Why would you want everything to be set aflame? Yeah, Tio doesn't like that idea, neither do I.
確かに帝国や共和国に比べたら小さな石かもしれません。ですが大きな炎が小さな炎を必ず飲み込むとは限らないでしょう。かつて帝国の侵攻を退けたリベール王国のように。
Nice way to throw the barb back.
12年前の100日戦役か。
In the 100 Days War.
その通り。意志には強さが問われる。
The Burl, its people, and Dad, they were amazing.
リベールの小さくも強き意志が帝国の大きく乱れた意志に見事打ち勝ったということ。
Or were you just testing the waters at that point?
それは確かにクロスベルにとって一つの教訓と言えるだろう。
How much destruction all that caused?
果たしてクロスベルの民にリベールの民ほどの誇りと強さが
You're
備わってい
freaking
る。
taunting us. Oh my gosh. Osborne, you piece of...
休憩時間も終わりだ。話はここまでとしておこう。
Okay, it's official. I really am scared of this guy. He's just... It looks like he's wanting everything, like, the whole world to be ablaze. But And he's just not hiding it either. Well, he doesn't need to. What can we freaking do about it?
ああ、帝国政府からは特に勲章を送るつもりはない。 下手に平民に勲章を送ったら貴族勢力がうるさいのでね。
Oh my gosh. What a oof.
お前たち運が良かったな。
Oh, get off your high horse.
あれほど上機嫌な閣下はあまり見られるものではない。
Agreeable mood?
おいおい、何の冗談だ。
He just threw stuff at our face and was just telling us off in a way.
お前たちのことを気に入ったということだろ
Really?
う。重い言葉かもしれんが、まずは受け止めてみるがいい。
I don't want to accept what he has to say. I don't.
私の立場から言えたことではないがな。
とてつもなかったわね。
Horrible doesn't even describe it.
つうか、化け物すぎんだろ。
A monster who wants to cause everything into chaos and destruction.
ああ、なんていうか立ってる次元が違う気がする。
I'd say take it more than just face value.
ティオ、大丈夫か？
That was probably really hard for Tio to take in.
はい、なんとか。
Oh, Tio, I wish I could give you a hug.
あの人から伝わってきた
Yeah.
炎のイメージが強烈すぎてめまいを起こしましたけど。無理ないよ。私ですら何か見えた気がしたもの。
Uh-huh. So could I.
鉄血宰相か。まさに怪物って感じだね。クロスベル程度なら人飲みにしてしまいそうだな。
Well, I think he does.
でも俺たちをなぶるために呼び出したわけでもないだろう。
He's just alluding as to what's to come, I suppose.
大統領もそうだけど俺たちに興味があったというのも嘘じゃないと思う。ならいい勉強をさせてもらったと考えた方がいいかもしれないな。
言うじゃない。
I guess that's the way to look at it. I really don't like to think about it that way, though.
あなたのそういうところはちょっと真似できないわね。
ああ、ポジティブすぎんだろ。
でも確かに落ち込んでも仕方ないですよ。そうですね。得られた教訓は生かさないと。
Honestly, it just spurs me a little bit more just to want to keep Crossbell safe, even though I am worried this is a lost cause.
とにかく休憩時間も終わりだ。ダドリーさんのところに戻って会見の結果を伝えておこう。
Mm-hmm. Thank you for watching the video today. I do appreciate it. If you can, leave a like as it does help, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. A huge thank you to my supporters, and if you'd like to help the channel, please feel free to visit the links in the description below and become a member. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!